All right, we are all ready for our next run as we are starting off the Kirby block today. Woo! Next up, we have a run from NachoTheAdventurer showing off Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Take it away.
Hello, I guess I'm good to talk now. Anyways, hello everyone, I'm Nacho from the main Nacho series. You might recognize me to run funny games. If you don't recognize me, that's fine. Hello to any people that meet me. I'm going to play Super Smash Bros. Wrong game. Kirby and the Amazing Mirror today, so I have a good commentator next to me. Hello, Gio.
Hello everybody, my name is Just Call Me Gio, but you can just call me Gio, and I'm here to be the commentator for Nacho's amazing run of Amazing Mirror, so hope everything goes well.
So I'm going to reset just in case I PB accidentally and I have something to show. So we're ready to start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so this is Kirby and Amazing Mirror. We have 4 Kirbys right now. We have 1 Kirby. This is the tutorial, but we're not going to be back at it. First of all, there's a completely hard trick. Yeah, this is the gate skip. We have a couple of strike window of time. We can do some jumps and skip this gate. If we cannot make it, we just need to wait for the other Kirbos. The other Kirbos are going to be just there doing things, and there's the first mix of the run, and the green Kirby, it's annoying. So yeah, first mix of the run, 4-frame window, I want wheel.
Yeah, this is the
first try, let's go.
Biggest part of the run, mix. Oh, great! Great work, Nacho. Basically, if you don't know what mix is in all Kirby games, basically it's something that happens when you absorb 2 enemies that give different copy abilities. It lets you like choose from a wheel of random copy abilities, and the wheel is always the same, so there is a way to time it, and that's what Nacho did to get wheel, because wheel is our faster way of movement in this game. In horizontal zones, because sometimes you have vertical zones where wheel is not that useful, but still, wheel is always useful in a Kirby game. And as Nacho said before, yeah, we are not going to have that many appearances from the friendly Kirbys in this game. The multiplayer aspect of this game, that you can play up to with 4 players, with every one of your friends being a different Kirby. When you don't have friends playing with you, you have CPUs, and the CPUs are very annoying sometimes. They do whatever, they get random copy abilities. Like sometimes you are like 15 minutes into the game and someone already has UFO or something. So it's very difficult to really know what the other Kirbys are going to do. So yeah, let's keep seeing this amazing run.
And also down, that was scary. Anyways, the main gimmick of this game, the main mechanic, is the open world in a 2D. So it's basically an interconnect map. So we're going to a lot of places. I actually know where I have to go, because I studied the route, and there's a specific route for some sections. I normally do some things after others, specifically because it's faster and saves time, or it's just better for me. So right now we're going to the first boss. On every Kirby game there is an incarnation of some tree, and this is not the exception. While we don't have Wispy Woods, we have something similar to that amazing tree.
Yeah, it's basically the same. Basically the same, just with another name. Funnily enough, this is one of the very few Kirby games that have something else instead of Wispy Woods at the first boss. And yeah, this is not Wispy Woods, made of stone.
Okay. And that's it.
It's done.
Okay, so
that was the speed boss.
alongside the entire run, we're going to collect these mirror shards. Don't ask me anything about the plot. I don't know anything about the plot of this game, and I'm playing on Japanese, so I know even less. So what I did after grabbing the mirror shard and waiting for a fade screen, I did a soft reset because it's faster to do that instead of just waiting for the Kirby dance. So we're going to do a lot of that. Also, there was a free wheel there, so I don't have to do another mix, and I'm really thankful for that because I'm really bad at mixing. That's the scariest part of any Kirby run.
Yeah, I do know a little bit about the plot of this game, that basically the mirror is kind of a different dimension that has evil versions of a lot of things and its own evil entity and whatever. And the mirror broke, so now Kirby has to fix it and go inside to destroy that evil entity. And Meta Knight is there for some reason, and there is also Shadow Kirby, who has some plotties now, because everybody loves Shadow Kirby.
Okay, so right now I'm going to one of the longer segments of the run, taking specifically this path because after this one I had to do another boss that is just next to it. So this is one of these sections that I had to do something back to back instead of going free. Of course, there is some bosses that I can actually go free because there's no actual order for any of these bosses, but I prefer this one because it's just the one I managed to learn.
Yeah, this Kirby game is sometimes called the Metroidvania Kirby game because the philosophy of the map is very much like a Metroidvania, just without the whole thing about getting skills to open new paths that you have visited before via tracking. The only thing you have here is actual maps that are interconnected, and everything is connected here. Every world, even if the worlds do have some variations, and there is like an order that the game kind of expects you to follow, you can just skip most of that order and go wherever you want, whenever you want, as long as you know where you're going. So there is a lot of things you can do, and as you can see right there in the bottom right screen that every place has a name and a number. So the idea here was that you defeated every boss in the order of the numbers, and if you play the game normally, that is what the game is going to try to get you by giving you certain doors that you can access at certain points, and trying to guide you into this order where you go from World 1 to World 9 and sometimes visiting some other worlds. But as we know the route, and we know where to go, we can skip most of that specified order and get to whatever we want, as long as we know how to get there. The doors are connected between each other, and if you see that the star is flashing, it means that you haven't entered that door, and that is the way you kind of get yourself. You can also just have a map that shows every connection. And it's a very interesting game to explore by yourself. It has a lot of stuff, a lot of unlockables like Kirby colors and stuff. Very neat Kirby game. It's definitely very good and very unique as a Kirby game.
I might not be agree with that, but okay, so we can see Will is actually really powerful for movement, and also it's kinda useful for some specific bosses. Right now I just destroyed Master Hand from another game. I don't know what game is that enemy from. But Will is completely...
The random crossover enemy that appeared in...
Will is completely invulnerable to anything, except of course bottomless pits and being crushed. But yeah, every time we go forward with Will, we're completely invulnerable. Said if we turn to left or right, we have some frames of being vulnerable. So yeah, that's something I need to manage to do well. Time completely my turnings into the hitbox of the any bosses, or when I need to. Also here I'm going to drop Will and take sword, not because something specific here, but it's because also do damage. And we have this boss, I don't know the name. Can someone in the chat tell me who is this?
It is question mark, the next boss that we're going to face here in this game. And As always with this game boss that has definitely not appeared in any other Kirby game before or since, we have to fight him with the sword ability, or the Kuda ability in this game. And yeah, you just hit him a bunch of times.
Yeah, instead on this game, sword is completely optional, but sword is the thing that does most damage at this on this specific boss. So, as said before, we hit a switch, just right, just because I did that road. So now I can go to this one that is the shortest segment on the third run.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So basically, the switches in this game are shortcuts from the main hoop, the mirror hoop that you start every time you restart the game or you finish a boss battle, or you press L. You can also press L to go back to start. And if you press some switches, you can unlock shortcuts to those places. And those shortcuts are used very prominently in the run to get ourselves faster to certain places instead of, running from one door to the other. Very useful too.
Do you mind if I hop in with a quick donation?
Of course.
Awesome. So we have a $10.23 donation from Prometheus, who says, "Have a big, comfy Kirby hug. Less than 3." Thanks so much for your donation, Prometheus. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, so now there is an strat for this boss. I'm going to use throw. I'm going to do this and do a lot of damage to the boss by just having the own things. Yeah.
That was a very good mode.
This is a really good strat. I really like it.
Yeah, it's great that strat. The hitbox of the attack is still when you charge it before you throw it with the throw ability, and you can use that to hit the boss there, and that boss just disappears. It's great.
Yeah.
Bosses in this game die quite quickly, honestly. There are those strats also quickly, so very nice speedrun.
Okay, so now since we have that wheel on that specific place that I'm really thankful that it exists, we can go to other places. Now I'm going specifically to one place called Carrot Castle. Eat your vegetables, they are sweet. Yeah, we can see more of the wheel movement, and if you know, before I wasn't using wheel because the place was too stretched for wheel to use, and here Kirby movement without using wheel is completely different from something you will think about. Kirby moves slightly faster in the air than running, so you want to jump most of you can where if you don't have wheel, and you have to be 1.5 times away of an edge to do a slide. That's actually faster. I learned that a couple of weeks before starting practicing again for the Rust. Thanks to the community. Thank you so much, community, for being so kind and teaching me how to go fast.
So here we are at Carrot Castle. Alliterative names, classic Kirby, and of course, we just move into this castle until we get to specific areas. Those doors that have the enemy on it, if that enemy sees you coming, it will disappear with the door and everything. So Nacho has to go fast, and those enemies are very quick shortcuts. Here Nacho gets damage intentionally in some parts to move faster than with the cannons.
Okay, that was atrocious. Okay, so the main strat I did there was keep the power.
Yeah. Also, you can see that Nacho in. Okay. You can see that Nacho in those places. Okay. Yeah. I was just saying that you can see Nacho taking out the copy ability and then inhaling it without getting it again. That's because when you have the copy ability in your mouth without the power of being in Kirby itself, you can get damage and you don't lose the copy ability like that happened there. If you get damage with the copy ability, you get the copy ability in the star animation and you can lose it, so that's not really useful if we want to go fast. Here we have Mega Titan. This enemy is very wiggly to defeat, especially with Wheel. You only have to throw the body a lot into the walls here. And that's it, 4 hits, nice. And now we have to kill the Mini Titan that comes from within. Wheel is very good against many enemies, and this one is no exception.
Okay, now this is the only time we will have Kirby dance, so I have my plushie here that is going to dance with Kirby. Hey, okay. Okay, this is intentional because we keep the power, we keep Wheel, and that's completely useful for us because I don't like mixing. It's a really cool gimmick, but I'm not the best at it. And
yeah, mixing is a very good strat, but it's also a 4-frame window to get the power up you want. And if you don't have a good place to set it up, you end up wasting a lot of time if you get something you don't really need. So minimizing the amount of times we have to do mix, it's great for the run, especially in a marathon setting.
okay, so maybe you're not understanding the pattern here now. There is a lot of water. Well, yes, we're going to the water section of the game. We are going to.
Yeah, Kirby always has a water
We're going
section.
to Olive Ocean.
So here it is.
There's a nice place to have some summer vacations because summer is around the corner here on my side of the world.
Yeah, it's very hot right now here. So Olive Ocean is a very good change of pace from the climate here. But anyways, this is very straightforward. You just use Wheel to go everywhere here, and this is the main reason why we keep Wheel. As you have seen, there is not that many opportunities to get it again before coming here, and it's very useful.
There's a lot of fishes there. Okay.
Okay, those fishes just don't like you. As we said, there is something that we have to have in mind here. If you lose your copy ability where you in the water, you are going to lose it forever. You don't have any opportunity to inhale it again, and that's not something we want. So that's why you have to do that with the fishes there, so you don't lose your ability.
Okay, I'm low on HP and this boss is on the corner. I don't like that. I don't like this, the boss on the corner.
As we said before, you have an opportunity
there
to
it is.
hit when you are moving from side to side with the wheel, and oh!
Yeah, I told you that is the point where of you take damage.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate timing. You got damage in your last hit point by the enemy already defeated animation. And okay, we lost Wheel. I hope it doesn't mean that much, but sadly,
Will is not really useful for this part since we're mostly underwater. So anything that we can use to defeat this boss is fine, except that Bond is also not a really good power for battles. It still does damage, then it's better than nothing. But yeah, we're not going to use so much wood here because again, underwater.
Yep. Oh no!
No way, I got Wheel accidentally because I wanted to set up for another kind of mix.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, that failed successfully.
You accidentally got the 4-frame window.
Okay, that failed successfully. That was the first time of my life I got that mix, that setup for the mix, and completely failed. Okay, so anyway.
And funny enough, you got that, but you don't need that. Here we're going to use a specific strat so we can clip into the wall here. Basically, Nacho needs sword, So, and needs a sword and one of the Kirbys to get there because you can jump on a Kirby. And by doing that, you can click on the ceiling slightly and open that path, which is pretty cool. And if, as far as I know, one of the only times the other Kirbys are useful for the run.
Yeah, in any case...
The rest of the time they are doing their own thing.
Yeah,
like
in any case,
adventure.
I managed to got the mix. I wanted the abilities UFO or fire because those two abilities are close, are really good. So we don't need to cut the other Kirbys and need to manipulate them because trying to manipulate the other Kirbys to be helpful is annoying. It could be fast sometimes, it could take ages, but that's how this game works most of the time. Again, it's really useful when the other Kirbys want to collaborate. It's painful when the other Kirbys are just doing their own thing instead of helping.
But luckily for us, the Kirbys decided to collaborate, so everything's fine.
Oops.
We're approaching.
Would you have time for another donation?
There is a...
Awesome! So we have a $31 donation from Stella, who says, Puyo! This is Stella, aka FSVGM777. Liking the runs being shown so far. Keep it up. Thanks so much, Stella. We appreciate it, and we're so happy you're here.
Yeah, thank you for the donations. Chad, keep coming those donations. They're for a really good cause.
Totally. And just to remind everyone really quickly, all of these donations are going towards Take This, which is a mental health organization that works in the game industry. So it's a big win. Get those donations in, put them towards some fun incentives, and help support the mental health of those in the gaming industry. Win, win, win. So thanks so much for your donations, everyone. You're all awesome.
Okay.
So we are now reaching the boss of this section, this very long water-based section, which is this shark.
With a floaty. Shark with a floaty,
almost?
don't forget that.
Yeah.
And that was the shark with a floaty.
That's the design. That's your design, and it's absolutely great.
Okay, so that was the boss. We used a stone, and a stone did 90% of the damage. That's cool. Now, another superset, and we're going to a wonderful place that is the stars, because Kirby is Kirby from the stars, because the game in Japanese is called Hoshino Kirby, that makes it's actually translated to Kirby from stars.
So now we are going to go to the last supposed area you visit in the main game normally, and that it has one of the most interesting aesthetics in the Kirby games, and one of the most cool final bosses in the... Well, not final boss, but the boss of this stage. And of course, we're going to press the switches here to get some shortcuts to a place we want to go later, because we do have to get to the end of every world to defeat every single boss. In this case, that shortcut lets us get faster to the boss of Peppermint Palace, which is the place we are right now.
Okay.
This game routing is amazing.
Yeah, we need to do a little bit of things here, so we can see on the background an aurora borealis in this part of the space, on this part of the galaxy, localized entirely in this entire palace. And yes, you can see it. You might see it right now.
You may see it right now. Yeah, I love the backgrounds of GBA games in general. They're really magnificent. And now here we are in the stars, in space, because everybody wants to go to space. And yes, here we just have to move quickly. The map has a lot of things to kind of stop you, like crash bombs there and everything from wind to an appealing scenery. Everything is just like trying to stop you, because this is the last area you normally use in the game. As you can see, it's pretty far away. Well, Nacho got here fast because we use shortcuts, and it's a speedrun, so we can use shortcuts.
Yeah, that's not intended for the route, but I'm taking it because it's safe in case something really, really bad happens. Okay, now this room I like to call it the amazing maze in the amazing mirror. Because it's kinda like a maze and the movement here is really fun actually. I really like this. I learned to like this specific room because the movement is so amazing. Haha, you know what I did there. Haha, amazing.
And yeah, that maze was done, and now we can keep moving. As you can see, wheel is very, very useful in this game. Most of the game is practically built on having wheel. Of course, Nacho has to be careful here because wheel does destroy these blocks, and you can fall very far and very quickly if you're not careful.
Okay. That was...
Nothing bad happened, and we are in the start.
Yeah, I managed to learn from my mistakes on past runs that just decided to no go there pass from this part. So I learned how to.
So now we have this hand with some kind of level of authority, and we just destroy it.
Okay, now we can see more wheel. Yeah.
More wheel.
You know, I'm a Sonic runner, and pretty much I also really like it to run some adventure era games like Sonic Adventure DX, and this is pretty much like a Sonic Adventure game because we had to spin dash.
It's a great way to spin that using a literal wheel.
Okay, now I'm the only one that do this because it's safe, and I really like to do this because
we can see UFO, which is a very great and cool ability. So yeah, Nacho is going to grab UFO here, so in the fight with the boss of the map later, it's easier. UFO, it's an ability that practically makes the game a side-scroller shoot 'em up.
Okay, here it is, Shadow Kirby by Shadow Kirby. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, and now I'm just going to do this for the fan service. I don't care. Everyone needs to see this. I'm going to call the boys. Okay, so useful.
Here we have two hands with a reasonable level of authority.
Yeah, UFO is really good for this.
Shout out to the boss of the other game where the hands come, and they are done.
Yeah, because UFO is really good for this plot. So
yeah, UFO is
everyone
very
has to see this. Everyone.
And here we go.
Yay! And that's all the 4 Kirby dance. Okay, and I would take advantage of that because the door is here, and I'm going to take wheel.
This is a very fast way to get wheel from the hoop here.
Okay, so there's not much to say right now about where we're going to. It's just a straightforward to the next boss. You already know the deal. And we did it for, I don't know, 7 times now? So, yeah, I guess this is the 7th time. But yeah, going to straightforward to the boss, using wheel, going fast. So if the host has anything to say, any cool message, any cool something you want to say, it's a cool moment to do that.
Okay, amazing. I always have some cool things to share. So I just want to catch everybody up on some incentives that we have available. So when you send in a donation, you can click on a few things to have your donation go towards for runs later in the event. So the ones that we have open right now are a poll to choose which color chameleon you would like to see, with pink currently in the lead, green trailing behind, but any donation could turn the tides if you send it in. And other targets that we have, so these are special things that can take place in the run. The first one is a Baba Is You alternative ending. So we need $350 for that one. We have $13.69. So if we keep sending in those donations, we can see an alternative ending to Baba Is You. More content, more speedrunning. I love it. And our last incentive that we have right now is adding shop sanity to the Pokemon Crystal Randomizer, which means making our runners check through the shops to make sure they haven't missed any essential items. Once again, making things a little more difficult for our runners, making the speedrun more intense. So if you like speedruns, if you love intensity, and if you like supporting Take This, make sure to send in your donations and select the incentive of your choice. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you for the cool message for a very chill part of the run.
Okay, so I managed to fight Scott the Wiz. So yeah, using Parasol is really good for that boss specifically because it gets rid of some of the RNG. So yeah, now for the final boss. Well, not the actual final boss,
Well,
because
not the final boss, but the final.
the final boss.
To get the mirror charts.
Yeah.
The last mirror chart. that's a word.
Okay, so
now we are going to.
We're going to see Fireball.
To the last place we haven't visited yet. I think we haven't really visited Musar Mountain, so we are going to go straight to that and.
Yeah, we're going to see Fireball for the only time in the run because there was steel blocks, and those steel blocks are really hard. They are really strong blocks. So we need specific abilities to destroy them. For example, Fireball is one of them. And there was one Fireball just right there.
Fireball, Hammer, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yeah, there is no problem by losing Fireball because it was for only that time, also for destroying the mirror in the way. That's the name of the enemy that it's on the doors. Thank you so much, Fireball, but now we're going to our normal programmation with Wheel.
Yeah, we're going to get a wheel here so we can move fast, and of course we want to get fast to the next part. Sadly, we're not going to use wheel for this entire area. There is a specific part where we are probably going to use something else. And oh, you lost wheel with the... That's a very unfortunate thing. Basically, when your copy ability star gets damaged, you instantly lose whatever copy ability it had, and it went straight into the lava.
Okay, now we're going to use our knowledge in Pokemon to destroy this boss, because everyone knows that Rock type is affected by 4 against fire and fighting, so we're going to use a stone to destroy this bird. I guess it's a bird. I don't know about anything. Okay, I dropped the stone because I actually need it for the boss. That was a reflex. No.
Good job, and now we're going to face the last.
Unfortunately, Krakow is only.
And it's our very
unfortunately, Krakow is only electric fly, so it's affected by 2. That is still really good, but. And
that's it. That was Krakow. And now we have finished the mirror, and that means that we can enter the mirror to face our final fights in the game.
So we're going to join here, do another sub reset because the cutscene is too long, and actually doing this is actually faster. We're going here,
Yeah, there is a cutscene there, but for some reason when you start the cutscene you can reset and...
Yeah, we're going there, we're grabbing a stone because the stone is good against this boss. Now we can skip this cutscene and we're going to fight against Dark Meta Knight.
Yeah, Dark Meta Knight here is it's a very interesting character. Basically, it's a version of Meta Knight.
Kirby in the air! We have Kirby in the air!
It's just that.
Kirby in the air, and this stays the awesome amount of 2 frames. You know what they say the frames. Okay, so this is Dark Mine. We're going to...
The true Meta Knight comes there.
Yeah, this is Dark Mine. We're going to drop our star power and grab the sword, and we're going to have a double star and shoot them, and that's it. That was Dark Mine.
Yeah, that was Dark Mine. And we have to move a little bit for these very weird mazes we have to do between fights here.
Yeah, now this is Dark Mine, and we're going to drop our power. We're going to grab the sword and drop it too. And we use the double star to hit Dark Mine in the eye. Now. Okay, that's it. That was Dark Mine. So. Okay, every time now we have to go to this tiny maze. We're going to grab power.
There are slight mazes.
Yeah, so now this is Dark Mine. We're going to drop our power, and we're going to also drop the sword. We're going to make a double star, and wait to show Dark Mine in the eye. There it is.
Nice.
Okay, now we're going on a tiny maze. A tiny maze. This one is ice, and has a puzzle there. We have to do a loop, take sword, and press a switch, and I must fell down. Okay, so this is Dark Mine. We're going to drop our sword. We're going to grab the other sword and make a double star. Yeah.
That's it. That's Darkmine fights, people. Every single Darkmine
Okay, except for this one. This one, Darkmine has
exactly
a little more health.
Yeah, it has a little more health.
Interesting.
Not a lot.
Okay, right now I want a green star. The green star, for some reason in this game, it's a mix star. It gives us a free mix, and from that free mix, I want UFO. Okay, what? Late by I guess 8 frames. Okay, I need full focus here. And okay, that's fine. Fine, don't worry. I still have 1-ups. In the meanwhile. Okay, now we can see this sword.
The strat, yeah, we can see the strat. But we can now see Master, which is
now I'm going to get overestimated.
Has
okay,
never
so
appeared
I'm going
again.
to do something. Trying to do something as a backup here. I'm completely improv this.
Oh no.
Oops. No. Okay. No. Okay. This is hard that you might think because I need to think on this on the go.
Yeah, the setup. The beginning.
Okay,
of the
now
fight
I lost the sword. Okay. Okay, I will just try to do my best now. Okay, I got UFO. Let's go. Now I have to do a no damage.
Yeah. Well, at least you have UFO, which is probably one of the best abilities for Darkmine here.
Okay, one more shot.
As I said before, the game becomes a shoot 'em up when you have
okay,
UFO.
there it is.
That was incredibly close. Yeah, remember what I said about the game becoming a shoot 'em up?
Okay,
well, if
there
you're
is
familiar with Kirby games,
a flashing war knight for this boss specifically just when I beat it. So when you see the boss, the bar on the downside, on the down right corner, make sure to look another way because they're going to an intense red and some flashings to a really intense yellow. Now.
Yeah, here is the last phase of Darkmine. As always, the final boss being a light, being a ball. Yeah, flashing lights. You careful with that.
And you can look now. Okay, so now time for the Darkmine number 6. As for usual on Kirby bosses, it has to be an sphere or an eye. They opted to go for an eye on this one. So yeah, I completely respect that. Yeah.
An eye on a sphere.
Anyway, time is coming up.
But yeah, here the game becomes something completely different. A very usual case with the Kirby games, where the final boss has a completely different mechanic from the rest of the game. In this case, we just have to shoot it.
Woo.
Time.
And that was Kirby and the Missing Mirror.
Yes, Nacho. That was a very good run of Kirby and the Missing Mirror. That you can say it was amazing.
Okay.
Awesome. That was such a great run. Thanks so much for that. Do you want to give any final
Yeah,
shout-outs?
I want to, first of all, I want to shout out a friend of mine that I asked this person to be my commentator for this round, but unfortunately, it wasn't possible. But yeah, shout outs to Miles, a really good friend of mine, Kirby fan and player, also an artist. Thank you so much for being interested in my commentary, sadly, that you couldn't be here. And yeah, of course, the Kirby community, the speedrunning community for this game is amazing, and I'm not saying for the wording of this game. It's actually a really good community. They taught me a lot of how to play this game fast, shared me some extras and guides and everything. If you want to learn some Kirby, make sure to join to the Kirby Discord. And yeah, also Gio for being my commentator here. Hello, Gio.
Hello. I was very happy to be your commentator here, but don't worry, I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere.
That is true. So speaking of not going anywhere, these two will actually be switching spots for the next run. So
yeah.
I just want to thank you both again. We're going to be heading to a short break as the next run gets set up. But don't go anywhere, everybody, because we have more Kirby coming up very shortly with Gio running